the shop here. Got done with a long day. We're gonna do this giveaway for the suspenders. Sorry to start. Hopefully I'll be able to light up by the shop here. We need more lighting power. Hope everybody had a great day. Yes. Yes. Can you see me now? All right. Plus I can steal the shop's Wi-Fi. Why not, right? All right. We got, these are for, you had to be a subscriber. So if you guys are coming and you're like, what? So you had to be a subscriber to the channel. These are for the Dickies. The Dickies suspenders. I don't have mine on. Let's see if I can roll this window up. It might be a little loud. Plus the buggies are going to come out. So we'll do out of the lucky hat. Oh yeah. All right, let's see. There was like about 6 of you guys. Oh, he says, pick me, LOL Tony. First one up. It's Mr. Rich. Mr. Rich B. I know Rich will claim. I'm not, the other ones I'm not even gonna pull them yet. Because I know Rich is he's gonna be right on me about it. So if Mr. Rich, sorry Tony. If Rich doesn't come through, we'll see. I'm sure he will though. I'm sure he will. If Rich don't want him, I'll throw you second in the loop. What's up, Mr. Tony? How'd you do today? Oh, Tanner's in the house? Dang. Dang. So I wanted to talk about this before I got too far into the old chat, but I had a comment and it kind of bummed me out. It wasn't bad, it wasn't negative or anything towards me. I was kind of bummed for this guy. So this guy was Jim. I won't say his full handle, but it was Jim. And he says, it's a little bit tricky to me, but he says, failed in 2021. He says, I took a few residential jobs recently, talking about garage doors. He says, my thing is a door distributor. So I think what he means by that is he's having a problem with a distributor for product, is just my guess. Because the way he says my thing is a door distributor, and how much stock I should keep. Really not sure if I want to leave my car sales job. Guess the best thing to do is both, and hustle and see where it goes. Wada bing. So, you know, I see Tanner's tearing it up in there, man. He's doing something. He's working his magic. Appreciate it. So here's the thing, you know, for Jim. That's why I put in the title. I said, you know, we're doing the giveaway. And then actually I got another giveaway coming up, another video. It won't be a live. It'll be a one working on a gate, little hint. But you know, for Jim, you know, I really think sometimes, I don't know, you guys tell me, my seasoned vets. Got some seasoned vets here, some really good people. And, you know, I just kind of, when I think about it, I go, there's a few things that come to my mind. For one, if you're traveling, right? I really believe traveling is the death. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to a job, let's say that's 2 hours away. That's too far. I'd like to be about 45 minutes max, one way, to a job site. That's about my max, at least in my head. You know, 20 or 30 minutes or 15 minutes that's really sweet. I like that. But my thing is that, you know, there's so many things. I don't know some of the things there. I don't get a lot of details. What's this, 0? Who's Jim? who's Jum? Oh boy, we're gonna have one of those nights, aren't we? And so anywho, you got to go to the job. And I feel like there's so much stuff out there at some of the box stores even. So I mean, what do you guys, I mean, what would be the most crucial thing you would think you would need? Some of my seasoned vets, for somebody just starting out. Like I think of like a torsion tube. Those are kind of hard to come by. I mean, you can do the piece together ones. Maybe like a strut. I'm trying to think of like what they don't carry at the store. Like you can get rollers, you can get hinges, probably the cable mechanism, the cable kit. They sell that service spring. That's like, I don't know what they run now. They were like 300 and some change a pop. But be able to crimp cables. Springs. Yeah. You could clamp springs in a real pinch. I guess you'd probably have to order some springs. But what's really weird is what's getting to be really kind of good for a lot of people in a sense is you can buy some of this stuff off Amazon. Now you got to watch the price. The price gets goofy. But I want to make sure I didn't pass anything here too bad in the comments. Pick me. Tony says, Tanner says I have the tape measure suspenders. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I'll tell you in the live. I'll probably do a reveal of it, obviously. But I did it. And I did it differently. Me and Tony are not going to be friends anymore. I know it. I'm sorry, Tony. But I purchased a spring turner. Now, what threw me on the phone a little bit is they do have a residential and a commercial. But the commercial sounds like it goes all the way down to 2-inch. It goes all the way up to 8-inch. I told him, I said, I don't do 8-inch. He says, and it'll do duplexes. And I'm like, with the 3/8 driver? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, okay, we will see. I have my doubts, honestly. But the order has been placed. I'm going to do a video on it, kind of how I went through it. It'd be good for Tony to be on that one because he might explain how his process went or I think Tony would be good for that because he might explain how his process went because it's a little, I'm going to go through the paperwork. It's a little funny. I'm going to give them some encouraging advice. There is something turning the corner around here. It is the most, I can't switch the camera around fast enough, but it looks like a circus thing, but it's not. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Tony says, did a high lift door today? Dang! I wonder how Josh is coming with his 16 sprockets, or 16 sprockets, 16 tooth sprocket, I think is what. I wonder how he's been doing on that. If he's got her done yet. Got her up and running. So, like I said, with Jim, I think, like I said, there is some basic stuff, but that's why I try to tell a lot of you guys, a lot of the newbies that kind of follow me and stuff, is that you got to, what's it say? Is it bread? Is it bread or breed? I don't know if it's breed. This is sub. Can I get a shout out? Well, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. You got any garage doors? You got any business questions? Anything good? Anything good? Let's see here. Logan says, yo, quick question. Glass or teeth? Logan, you're gonna have to ask that a little better. I don't know. Glass or teeth? Don't know. So Tanner says Menards has 9 and 16 foot struts. Nice. And two, Chef should be able to get Spring Company and order the common size in bulk. Yep, and even if you can't afford it, just start buying a few springs. And it's like one of those things, like, I don't know if Jim's gonna see this. If anybody sees it, honestly, I can help you out with that. If you can always email me, and I can get you a list of some of the common springs that we carry. And honestly, if one of you guys think of it, oh, Rich, the winner's here. Rich, are you up for this? These are yours. You were the winner on at the beginning of the video. Are you game? Are you game? You're going to have to send me your address, and I'm going to personally put them on you. Bare butt naked. I'm joking. That's not going to happen. Ah, that tastes pretty good today. I did a little sweating today. Made me work. What's we got here? What's we got? So that's cool, though. I'm glad, Tanner, they got, like I said, but anyways, what I was trying to get at, too, was if anybody just has a spring chart that you're commonly using, that you're seeing, because ours might have fluctuated a little bit. I know I did a video on it. I can go through what's in the shop. I don't know if I have the list real handy. I can find it, but I have to dig for it. And I was just curious too to see if somebody had their own. It'd be kind of cool just to reference, to be like, huh, why are they carrying this? Theirs are like 4 or 6 inches longer than what we carry. Even got the genie cup today. I know you guys are haters. It's okay. Let's see here. He says, I won the Rich, you want to donate to Tony? Tony was asking. Tony wanted to be thrown in. I'll leave it up to you, Rich. You give the blessing for Tony and their Tonys. You let me know. What do we got here? Just plugged away. Tanner says on that storage condo, should be done tomorrow. Nice. Make sure you send me some pictures, Tanner. I was kind of giving you some crap because you sent that picture, and man, the background was beautiful. I was thinking, man, you got to get your van parked up front. That's a great, just for in the future. You know what I mean? That's great for advertising, a brochure, anything, man. But I was thinking, you might have already done it, but you got to get a picture of that hot rod van sitting in front of that puppy. It's a beautiful job site. And Tanner, I hope you don't mind, he's got concrete. I was so excited when he sent me the picture. I was like, you got concrete? I was like, holy cow. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I don't know what the deal is. Like I said, I don't know why. It seems like it's a kind of a pain sometimes, but like I said, I really try to push for concrete. I kind of try to use the contractor, well, so I'd be like, if the concrete's not in, we're going to probably have to come back. I was like, because, it's not going to be level. It's just better. Let the concrete guys do what they got to do, and then we can come in so we can get the door level, and you know what I mean? And we can make it right, and that way they don't concrete my track in, for one. But it's honestly just so you can run around on a scissor lift, because, man, I tell you what, when you got concrete and you can just do a normal scissor lift, beep, 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 it just makes life so much better. It's kind of like, you ever notice, like, you go to the beach, especially when you got kids, and it's like you got all this stuff on, right? All this gear, the chairs, the cooler, and when you're walking in that sand, it just takes so much energy, right? You're just like, and the sand's hot, and you get there, and then it's like the wife's like, I forgot the towels. Can you go back up? And you're like, are you kidding me? I gotta go back and get those stinking, sure. Then you have to go back. That's what sand and dirt always remind me. It's just like, the workload is just so much more, adds up. I said play route. What we got? Is it Angel? Angel's in the house. Most garage door YouTubers make it look like if I start tomorrow, I'll be making money fast. Is there really people out there doing that? I mean, you got to tell me. You got to kind of tell me like who they are. You know, and even if Angel, if you don't want to tell me directly, you can always just shoot me an email, or if you don't want to do it on here, it's totally understandable. Shoot me a text if you got my number. But trust me, it's not that easy. It's not. It's not easy at all. I was talking to Cap today, actually, and I said, "What's the economy like?" He's like, "Well," he's like, "we're pretty busy." He's like, "But we're not doing a lot of estimates." And he says, "So it looks kind of bleak for the future." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, that's what I'm kind of seeing. Like, that's what I'm kind of feeling. I'm hearing from other business owners. It's kind of like, I feel like it's the spring rush, right? It's kind of like everything's blossoming right now. The grass is blooming or popping. And now it's kind of like the summertime, it'll be, like I said, especially as it's getting tighter and tighter to the election, it's going to be, people are kind of, but I mean, money just doesn't go very far, man. I mean, I just can't believe the money. The money is crazy. It might be fogging up here. Oh, breathe the 143. Thank you. You're welcome. Maybe it's bread. I don't know. I'm so dumb when it comes to that stuff. I start tomorrow. I'll be making money fast. Is that true? Or are they just want my money? Oh shoot. Angel, I didn't read this last part of your thing here. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Don't sign up for any of those classes. As far as I know, I haven't heard any good voodoo about it. Like I said, don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. I'd rather you buy parts, supplies, lube, tools, correct tools. Like, if you're going to spend $1,500, I'd rather take that $1,500 and spend out of that $1,500, $300 and get yourself a cable swedger, because that's a very important tool. I should show people how to use that. I should do that. Sometime. Do a cable crimping. I think there's probably somebody already out there. I don't know. You know what I mean? But no, it's not. Like I said, I'm even testing the water right now for some of you guys, the new guys, the young guys, young bucks, and I'm trying to play around. I haven't sweetened the deal up a little bit, and I got it a little funky on the old Facebook Marketplace. But I tried sweetening it where it was like, I wanted to start slow because I don't want to do garage doors, because I was thinking if my area is cheap, and it could explode on me, and I didn't want that to happen. So I was basically offering a free, just a test to see, if I get backlash. And like, I had one lady, she's like, how much do you charge for opener? And I'm like, well, we can provide one, but I'm like, it's going to be cheaper at a box store. Like, I'm trying to go on the whole cheap basis, right? Just to understand the algorithm, basically almost sense for you guys, the new guys. I want the young bucks to see it, and to kind of show like, hey, if I can do it from scratch, so can you. And anyway, she was like, well, how much? And I'm like, an opener from this box store is probably $200 to $300. And then she raised back something like, okay, thanks. And I'm like, I guess, how when you kind of look at somebody's profile, and they're really just like, you're like, I don't know about this. I just kind of left it. I just thought, I'm not going to push it. You know what I mean? I've had some other ones. Super nice people. You know how you can just kind of tell, where it's like some of them just come out of where you're just going, I don't know where this came from. Headlamp, sure. All right, bitch. Oh, Rich. Does it sound like something else? Tony Baloney, man, send your address, buddy. UPS will be coming. Probably send in the mail. Doing one of those boxes. I tell you what, man, I had somebody do one of those. I had to get chains for one of the tractors, and they fit them in the box. If it fits, it ships. And I was like, dude, they got their money's worth. It was so heavy. I thought the UPS, or not UPS, but the Postal Service, like, your regular little mailbox. I thought, oh my gosh, I bet they were so mad. Because it was so heavy. I had to do 2 hands on it. It was like, oh, this thing's so heavy. Okay, it's a scam. It does not happen overnight, and it takes years to get good understanding of all different types of doors, the years to run into different problems. Tanner, I forgot. I don't think you might have, and I just forgot because I'm a dumb. How many years you been doing it, Tanner? He says, oh yeah, it was just outside the pick. Oh, the van was. Well, get that puppy front and center on that picture, man. I want to picture that van right there, man. That's like that could be once in a lifetime, dude. You probably do it all the time. But for me, that'd be like, that's a picturesque moment. Am I saying that right? Oh yeah, it's just outside the picture. I'm going to get good after picture. He says getting the other truck wrapped in the next couple weeks. So I'm hoping to stock back and, oh, nice. Both in the pitch. In the pitch. I'm sure it's in the picture. Hey Tanner, if you don't mind, would you let me know? If you don't want to let me know on here, that's fine too. But would you let me know what the wrap is costing? Because I don't know what they're costing this day. I think it was like, it's based about, it was like $4,300. I think when I was getting my truck. What was that, back in probably 17, 18? So I'm just wondering if they're still sitting, what you're paying. I'm just curious. You're paying 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just curious what they're running. Let's see here. It says, and the wife killed it this week and ordered 30 by 18 sign frames with 38 signs. Ooh, signs. Ooh, nice. That's awesome. Whoops, hit a button. Tanner's just blowing this place up tonight. He says, garage door training school is an idiot and a scam artist. Makes us real door guys look bad. I almost want to take his course just for the fun of it. To be like, somebody was out there and they were going to send me the prices, what they recommend to charge. And I thought, I don't know how somebody can send prices unless they're doing like a geographical roughly area, but I highly doubt that. And that stuff changes all the time. So that'd be just a huge, and if it's the same guy, I mean, his spring, he does a broken spring all day long for, $1,200, $1,600, $2,800, right? I mean, that's what his run, Where for me, I don't know, probably around like $400-$600. Got your training, makes us real. Tanner says, I have the whole kit for making cables. Says I have the whole kit for making cables, and remember the company I started with in 2010. Okay, just had is smash them with hammers. That's how we've done that in a pinch, for swedges, smash them with a hammer. I never felt really good about it. They worked. I don't remember, and we maybe had one or two that I remember that something slipped. So that's why the tool, but sometimes people, if they don't use those tools, they don't really know how to look for it. Then there's the whole, like you can over pinch it too, you know what I mean, and break it. So that runs into a problem too. Says I have the whole kit for making cables. I tell you what, I love that kit. Like I said, I love the kit unless you tip it up with the flaps open. Oh, it makes a heck of a mess. But I love that kit from Service Spring. That's just the best. Oh, that's awesome. Tony says, he says, my wife's going to be so happy. My pants will stay up now. I knew it. Tony's not a garage door guy. He's a plumber. I knew it. I'm telling you, man, they're great. It's like once you go, I just can't live without them now. Oh, so Rich says, oh, I checked my phone. I had a weird number come through for the Chamberlain, but I didn't get a voicemail. So I'm not quite sure if it was him or not. And that could be really my fault too. Cause the thing is like I don't know how to explain it. But I don't ever, my phone is always like, unless I'm listening to music and then I hear it break the music up, like it'll stop and then it rings. My phone is always on silent unless I know somebody's going to call or I schedule a call. It's really weird. It's gotten to be, it took me many years to get that way. But I thoroughly enjoy it because nowadays, man, I get so much spam. I get so many bogus phone calls. Some of the stuff too with the AI, they can imitate like your mom, or they sound real realistic. It was kind of always weird too. Like I always noticed, like when I'd get spam call, I'd always answer it. I'd be like, hello. And it was weird. I don't know if this is for sure or not, but the second time I would say hello, it would finally pick up. Like somebody be, hello, yes, I'm calling about your car insurance. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested. I'm Amish. I'm like, I ride a horse. Oh, but we can get you a good, I ride a horse. I don't have a car. Oh, but sir, you're not. All right, gotta let you go. Bye. Do. So van was 32. Okay. I think he said the truck was going to be 8 to 1,000. I do feel could charge more, but small town guy does good. But he is a friend with my dad, so maybe I'm getting a discount. It could be. I don't, I didn't really. I don't know how to explain it. Like we had a company in town. And the guy that was doing it, I don't know, he was a little weird. But he did really good. You know what I mean? He was just like, he was on it, you take it to him. Money was plentiful. It was like, just do it. Don't even, and then the thing is, obviously you do one, so you kind of want them to match, sync, color wise and stuff, and it's just easier because in his system. So you do the next one, then you do the next one. I know he complained when he did the Raptor. He's like, this thing's got a lot of fenders, and he's like, this was a heck of a job. He's like, I should have definitely charged more. And I'm like, sorry, bud, don't know what to tell you. But I know they were about $4,000. I mean, the wife's, when we did the wife's van, might have been a little cheaper. The guy kind of turned me off though when he was like, I wanted to do something smaller. And then that's when I kind of knew he was kind of yanking my chain, because he kind of goes, actually the smaller ones are harder to do. And I'm like, I'm talking like doing like a door, or just do like the side of the panel of the van. And I'm like, you're telling me that's harder to do? Oh yeah, because you got to line it up. And I'm like, well, just print me a sticker and I'll put it on myself, So I was just like, I think he's kind of snowballing me. Like he just wants to make his, $3,000-4,000 per vehicle. And so I was kind of like, anyways, he changed his business name multiple times, and that kind of made me leery too. And then he was like, when I was kind of towards the end of it, he was just hounding me about giving his business. And I was like, man, he changed his name, and I think he's running credit or something, and he's going like, I don't know what he's doing, but he kept like wanting me to, he's already got pictures of my truck and stuff. And I said, you can use that and all that. I didn't have the time. I was super slammed. And I didn't understand where he was at, his new location, but he had his old location. It was weird. I don't know. I digress. Tanner says, Tony says, are you a part-time plumber? I knew it. I knew it. He says, I might look like a plumber when I'm working on the, what is it, photo cells? Oh, man. Call the number back. Yeah, I'll check the number out. I think it was, I don't think I can look it up. I think it was like a 720 or something number, the area code. Braden says hi. Braden, you out there installing garage doors? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do for making a few coins, a few nickels to rub them together? Tanner says, I did price the van. Oh, interesting. Lights out, maybe. New technology. All right, lights back on. I did price the van at a bigger place, and I think they were around 48. Yeah, that's probably about the right. So, I mean, we're still like roughly basically under $5,000 is what I'm kind of looking at. Just wondering. Just wondering. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about the wraps. I don't think they're bad. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. The price of van about 48. Tanner says I'm getting decals on the truck. I'm not doing a full wrap, okay, on the truck, but it's lots of decals. Okay, nice. It's gonna be interesting when one of these vans, the wrap has to come off, because I have no clue if it's gonna be like a sticky residue. That's one thing that does concern me. I was hoping maybe the wrap will help protect the paint from chips and stuff, from stuff overflowing off the side and stuff. You know, the ladders and just stuff banging up against it. But I'm hoping there's not like a weird sticky residue that's just like it leaves it as like a weird something, you know, dull. That is my one concern. Look at, I love it. Look at Tony jumps in. Yeah, Tony. I mean, you weren't giving me a good enough deal, buddy. I mean, 50% off was just not good enough. I wanted it for free. I mean, I thought you being such a good sale. I thought we were friends, man. You know, you took me out to dinner like 3 times, and you know, I thought we were good friends. You know what I'm saying? Now I was just like, you know what? Forget Tony. So we're gonna try it. Dave's gonna be a little different. Dave might regret it, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try the spring Turner, and the only reason. Throw your 2 cents in, Tony. Give me the sales pitch, man. Give me the sales pitch. What we should do is, I think what I'm gonna do, Tony, is I'm gonna have you weigh yours. So weigh them sometime if you get a chance. I'm gonna weigh. I want to know what the weight is. But the reason I was on the spring Turner a little bit, not the Surewinder, was actually kind of for one because I knew Tony had it, and I thought I'd try something different, so I had something to go kind of against. But I liked one thing, it was all in a kit. That was one thing. I liked that it could go down to 2-inch and it could go all the way up to 8-inch, which we don't do 8-inch, but it could do 6-inch. And he said he's the developer. He answered the phone. He's the guy that made it. He's 80 some years old, 81 years old. I was like, wow. I told him, you know, congrats on that, man. Good job. And I said, I seen it at the ID show one time, you know, and he said that was probably my son. So it sounds like I think his daughter and his son and his wife works there. Won't know. We won't know until, you know, I give it a whirl. But the only thing that kind of got me a little bit was I thought, well, it all can be ran with a 3/8 cordless drill. And he kind of reassured me with it. He didn't make it sound but like I said, I know it's going to chew some batteries up, but I'm a little bit, is it going to have enough power? So once I get a job, do some videoing on it. I hope it's not a disappointment. The Surewinder definitely looks sexy. You know, it's got that nice handle. I like the handle, but I like that this, you could put bars in it. Oh. Tony says, I'll share all my secrets with you. And oh my gosh. All I'm thinking about is like these movies now that Tanner says that, you know, Tony, did you tell Dave about the night in Vegas? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man, it's getting late, isn't it, boys? Anywho, it had a hand crank. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Does your Surewinder have a hand crank? This has a hand crank in case you lose power. I was like, the hand crank just sold me. I'm like, I'm sold. I gotta have a hand crank. And but it had these bars you can put in it too, so it has something to rest up. Because if you kind of watch their videos, I'm hoping I can make a better video for people to understand their products a little more online, because I tried looking and I was like, this is horrible. And then the guy threw me, he's like, you want the commercial one, right? And I'm like, I didn't know there was a difference. Like, I thought it was all just one. He's like, oh, we'll do 2-inch. And I'm thinking, well, like, but how big is it? So now I'm going to probably get roped into, if it's decent, I'll buy the residential one to try it. I'm just assuming it's a smaller chassis, maybe a little lighter. We'll see. I think it was real. We're going to see how it was. I think that's why the order form was a little funny. So it was like 13. I don't know if that includes shipping. So 1,300. It'll be, we'll see what the grand total is once it's done. So basically the same price. It's probably a Surewinder. What's he got? What's Rich got? Surewinder looks like it would be lighter. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with Rich on that. That Surewinder does look lighter. It looks thinner. It looks, I like the handle on the bottom. It looks really nice and comfortable. But you know, I don't know. In my head, I can't comprehend holding it the whole time on bigger springs, you know, and then like holding it the whole time. Like, it seems like you gotta let it rest against something. And you know how it is. Sometimes you got the foam back there, so you gotta use, like, that's what I kind of like, having that knee pad. You can put a knee pad back there, a chunk of wood, whatever, or let it rest up against a gusset. But I like that it had it where you could put pipes in this thing, you know, the rods, and that would make it extend down longer. I know you can only probably go so far, it's going to get wonky. But I just kept thinking, if it becomes custom where you hold it the whole time and you're just used to winding it, and then you got to make sure you got a wrench on you or something, right? That's all fine and dandy. Then obviously it's Surewinder is going to be a little nicer because it's got that nice handle on it. Because the handle looks supreme, man. But I'm excited. I've never done one of them before, so I'm just excited to get something that's going to turn the spring versus the because I know it's hard. It's hard on the guys. It's hard on me. I think they'll like it. We'll see. If they don't use it, it's going to be on eBay for $200. Rich says with the tiger in the room. With the tiger in the room. Oh man. Oh, Tony's revving up. I can tell. He's got this. He goes, look, he says, like, you're gonna have a hand crank on you. Oh no, Tony. I don't want to say it. I'll say it wrong. My spring turner. I wanted to say something else. My spring turner has in a kit. It comes with its own plastic kit with foam. Yes, foam in it. It has foam and it has everything inside of it, right? With a hand crank inside. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to be like the Clampets, and I'm going to have it in my back pocket. Oh yeah, it's going to be right there just in case that drill dies. I know you're jealous. That's what I was just thinking in my head when I was mentioning that. Rich says it right here. Just like the Model T, a hand crank. That's why I wanted it. I never had a Model T. I wanted to feel that experience, you know. It'll probably be like, 10 feet tall. I'll be sitting up there cranking this thing. You know, look at me, boys. Isn't this great? Oh, my shoulders, my wrist, and everything's hurting so bad. Especially, too, if it's only small. Have to try the hand crank. I hope it's geared good, man, because a 3/8 drive drill seems about impossible to run it, to be honest, the way it looks. Without like them doing like a breakdown of it and saying the reason ours can do a 3/8 drive is because it's got a worm gear here and gear ejection here and here, like I'm like, I hope it's not going to be like the drill's just going to be like wow, wow, smoke out of the drill. Could be. It could happen. But don't you worry. I got a hand crank. What's up, Mr. Rob? If we all chip in and get a sure winder for Dave from Tony, we can all finally make them both happy. Oh, that's funny. Like I said, it might be my sure winder because this thing might not be so good. What I need to find out is I need to know what the order process is through the sure winder, so I can kind of compare. Because the spring turner was very primitive. Nice people, like I said. I think they could do some improvements to help their business, honestly. So hopefully maybe I can do, like I said, if I get time and stuff, and this will be a long process anyways, I can make some videos, just give some honest opinions on it, and see if I can help them out. You know what I mean? Like I said, it might just be a total flop too. Little Rich B says, speaking of Tiger, who thinks Tyson is going to... Who thinks Tyson? Oh. Let's go. What's that? Is it Tyson? What you got going there? What do you mean? Is going to... Are you talking about the fight? Is that coming up soon? Or is it the... is he talking about running? Are we talking about Tyson Food? Because Tyson Food's got all kinds of crazy stuff going on too. Make sure that thing's closed. Paul says, oh, with the foam. That's a case. Kevin's here. How's Kevin doing? Rich, the Model T was revolutionary. There you go. Don't be making fun of my crank, baby. My hand crank. Oh, man. Throw me a little bit more in there. T was Tanner Brute Winder comes. Ah, Tanner. See, I knew he had to throw it in there. He was going to throw that in there. I was thinking, watch. The Sure Winder probably comes with a case, too. So, Brute Winder comes with a case with a carry handle and foam. I retract my words. And lower gear. Think I can do it in low gear without burning it up? I don't know, man. We luckily we're not running the old 18 volts, because I mean, you know how those things are. They'll throw some power, but they'll smoke. They'll smoke themselves too. You know what I mean? I think obviously the newer ones, lithiums and all that, are stronger to some degree, except they just shut off, which is always really irritating with lithiums, this newer technology drill. Like, I'm just used to those 18 volts where I could like literally, it'd be like, you know, you put that one last screw in and it's like, yeah, and you're like, I got this. As it, you know, would still work a little bit. Smoke might, a little puff of smoke might come out, but it's okay. It's fine. That's what I'm used to. Tony says, I'm interested in seeing it. Me too. I'm like interested, like touch it and see it. I hope it works out good. I hope the guys will, use it. Like I said, I'll do some of them. And of course, you know how it goes. We just did a big, what was it, 11 door, 12 door job. And that would have been the one to do it. And that job's done, as far as I know. Yeah, I've been hearing something about it. It's going to be pretty big. I was literally just thinking about it for whatever reason today, and I thought, is it a marketing, campaign type thing? And I thought, thinking, well, they're both going to get paid money. With a fight with Logan or Jake Paul. Can't remember which one boxes. They both suck at life. Yeah, And I thought, well, I guess if you're a younger kid and you take down Tyson, you got that victory, right? And obviously it's kind of, I mean, it's a great marketing campaign. You know what I mean? Because you got kind of the old with the new, and I mean, it's just the whole thing is going to be, it'll be fun. You know what I mean? It'll be great. But I always like to know about the business side of it. You know what I mean? Like, what is being talked behind the closed doors between those two, or do they talk at all? Or, hey man, like, are they gonna really go at it? It's kind of like I never really realized when I was a kid. My grandpa used to watch, WWE and all that stuff, right? Wrestling. That's basically fake. You know what I mean? And I didn't know that when I was a kid. I hear my grandpa sit there. Oh, did you see that one? Boy, you really got him that time. And I was getting old. I was a little kid. I was just like, oh, yeah, yeah. And it's like, as I got older, I kind of watched it. I'm like, now boxing, obviously, I'm not saying that's fake. Because, man, I watched They Hit, man. It's like, it's real deal. But it's just the business side of it. Like Hulk Hogan has talked about a lot of stuff. About how he got his name and how he got to keep it. He's got some cool stuff, you know what I mean? And it's just interesting to see it. I love the business side of it, to see, and then some of those poor guys tear themselves up. So Tyler. Or is it Taylor? We'll just call you Young. It says, subscribe to your Taylor to everybody on the last stream, and I'll subscribe to you. No cap. He says, keep it in the sack. Sherwinder takes shop. So Sherwinder takes shop. PayPal, Venmo. Nice. That's cool. Like I said, I probably have to go to their website and check them out. See if I can basically just like order it. I didn't do that with the spring turner. I actually called them twice. The second time, I left a voicemail, and I got a call probably within maybe about an hour and a half. I got a return phone call, and I mentioned in there, though, I said I had some questions about it, so I wanted to talk to somebody. So I think that's why they I can't think of his name, unfortunately. The older gentleman, 80, he said, you called. And what was a little bit, I'm not saying it's bad by any means, but it's just one of those things, right? We live in such a fast society. He said, I'll send you a order form. And I'm like, an order form? I'm like, through an email? Or like an order form? Like through like fax machine? Like, like I was just kind of like, I was like, okay. Like, and I get it, right? I get it with business but what I don't know for sure, and I didn't look hard enough. They sent it to me, but it came in at like, I can't, I have to look back. That's why I'm gonna do a video on it. Like I said, it was either midnight or it came in at the next day at like noon. I think it was at midnight, because I thought, why would this come in so late? And then how we live in this world nowadays. Not to say that online couldn't do it, but I had to put my credit card and stuff on there, and so it just like I said, I'm gonna do a video on it, and maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I did it the wrong way. I gotta do some more investigating on it. Sure, to take shop. Do they take IOU? Tanner says. It was a little, like I said, it was a little fishy when I was filling it out. I had to make sure I double checked myself because I said, I'm like, this is actually a credit card, right? Like, I'm not giving them my debit card because that would not be good. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, bad things can happen with that. I'm kind of weird. I'm hearing, so just to warn you guys, I've been hearing a lot of scams, and I don't know about in the garage door world, but I've been hearing scams happening with these credit cards being hacked, and there's chargebacks. And I don't know, I'm just letting you know that to keep your radar up, that if something doesn't feel right, somebody's getting something and they're not the homeowner that really, you know, you get some weird call and then maybe broken language or something, or you know what I mean? Just use caution is what I'm trying to say. Because see, that's why, like, this is kind of a weird topic, but I think it's something that's kind of related to business and garage doors. I keep thinking, this is just what I'm feeling, and I'd like your guys' opinion on it. I I don't know, but like, so there's like Cash App, there's Venmo, and I think there's like Zelle. I don't use Zelle that I know of, but I feel like I kind of like them better, the Venmo and Cash App, and maybe Zelle's okay, but I've heard a little fishy with it. I don't know. Like I said, this is all kind of new in my brain. But the nice thing is they can't retract the money. Where like these credit cards, you know, they're charging you a fee. The Venmo and the Cash App, you know, unless you pull the money out, you know, it doesn't seem like. And what throws me on this, and maybe somebody can put some highlight into this, maybe not. But I keep thinking about, like, I'm so blown away, like, when I think about the Bitcoin. And I just go, like there's Cash App, there's Venmo, there's Zelle. Where's Bitcoin? Wait, Bitcoin? No. Yes? No. What do you do with it? Like, I mean, I actually do know there's stuff you can there's money. I'm actually pretty smart on it in a sense. I've done a lot of homework, but what gets me is I'm surprised we still don't have a way of transferring small funds that's called, you know, that all these places aren't using them. You know, like Rich just said, the one company already, I seen one was on there is obviously Venmo. It just throws me about the whole Bitcoin thing. Like, Bitcoin's kind of been going down lately. Not good. Depends on the spread. Was it 02 Tactical? Okay, perfect. I'm glad you put that in there. It says I ordered my Surewinder right on the website and it's awesome. I enjoy using it. Awesome. So one thing too, was it for sure the Surewinder? Probably is, since you said it. It's not the Brute Winder. Maybe Tony can answer too. Like, how does anybody know the range? So can they tell me, say the Surewinder goes from 2-inch, you know, up to 3-inch, and then the Brute Winder goes from like 3 to 8-inch, or what's the range? If they know, if you know right off the top of your head. If you don't, it's no big deal. Obviously, I'm sure you can find it on the website. They must be small and make them when they get orders. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I looked it up. They're in Colorado, and you know, like I said, for the most part, real friendly people. Nothing's been fishy or anything. The thing that, like I said, kind of sold me, and like I said, I hope I don't have to eat my words, and I will if it doesn't, because I'm not afraid of that, is, like I said, it was a case. Everything came in a nice kind of square case. I like that. I like that it could do all the way from 2-inch all the way up to 8-inch. I like the hand crank, just in case. just in case. And everything can be done with 3/8 driver, a drill, because that's what we already have. And so instead of having to retool, especially when you got 3 or 4 service fans, you know what I mean? Like, you got to buy these drills, and then it's weird because some of these like companies, like, I don't know for sure, because what do we got? Makita, we got Rigid, we got DeWalt, we got Milwaukee. Do they all have a bigger drill? You know what I mean? Like, that was always my one thing. Like, my big thing I always used to look for was, I always looked for who trim nailers. That's how I always looked for them. I always looked at trim nailers. So anytime I was going to decide to make another purchase for another truck, I'd always look. First thing I look for is, I go, okay, we're going to buy Ryobi, or we're going to buy Makita, or whoever, or Bosch. Do they make a trim nailer? That was always the first thing I found, was always their weakest link. And if they made the trim nailer, then the rest was pretty easy, right? They're going to have a sawzall, they're going to have a grinder, they're going to have a skill saw. That stuff was pretty easy. But it's like that trim nailer was always the killer to me. But now we're throwing a wrench into things. Like I said, if we got to have a bigger drill, and it's not that you can't make it do. Depends on the spread. They must be small. Tanner says, maybe it's all a scam and they took your money. Gosh, I hope not. That's why I said, I was double checking. I even had to ask the wife of Toronto. I was like, this is a credit card, right? And she's like, yes, that one is a credit card. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, because if this thing goes rogue, I'm going to be putting a chargeback on it. That was a scam. So it's really important too for some of the new guys. That's why you don't want to ever use, like, if people don't know that, you don't want to use your debit card on certain stuff that you think could be not legit. Because at least if it's a credit card, you typically can call them and say, hey, that was a fraudulent charge, it was a scam, and they'll automatically pull the money back, and the other person gets gypped most of the time. Like I said, I don't know if there's any other way around it. There probably is. They must be. It says O2 Tactical. It's been keeping keep you in the garage door business a lot longer, more than shoulder pain. That is true. There's no doubt about that. That is a very, very common thing that happens. Rich B Consumers has the upper hand with credit cards. Consumers, yeah. A lot of people, and I probably would have been one of them too. That I would have never look this on for this thing. I would have, and that's why, and it's weird. I really do wish sometimes that everybody was a business owner, even for a small period of time. I even almost think, maybe everybody should do the military like other countries do for a short period of time. They should have to do a year or two, whatever. I should just be part of it, because I think it would make you appreciate things, right? Make you appreciate that warm bed, that one meal you get a day or whatever, muddy boots, whatever. Just make you appreciate things. But when you do the business, right, when you're on the other side and then you start talking that language with other business owners and stuff, like you're like, hey man, like, how are you gonna pay for this? You gonna do cash? Oh, well, if you're gonna do cash, maybe we sweeten the deal a little bit here or something, you know what I mean? But like, consumers just, like, I mean, how those people out, right? Those people, those suburban moms, I don't know, you know what I mean? They, whatever, they oh, I get flyer miles with this, and it's like, whoa, yeah, but I'm paying for it, like, they just don't get it, you know what I mean? At least I have before I got my before I got my brute winder. The brute winder says, is a sure winder. I do a lot of residentials. You can can do up to, I believe, 3-inch. Okay. And a little more on the shirt winder. Okay. Maybe I think I'm going down when I see Josh. Maybe I could swing over it sometime. I have to play with Tony's shirt winder. That sounds so wrong. Oh, but maybe I'll just win it big. I mean, I got some pop cans I gotta take back. I probably could just make my own. I just make my own, kind of like Iron Man. I'll forge my own. Tanner says I ordered the brew winder right on the website, and yes, they have a cart on the website. That okay? What they will do? Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that's I don't know. Like I said, I'm curious to see. I don't know. I really feel like they could put some more into marketing, and maybe they don't want to, and that's fine. But I mean, obviously, like you guys are out in the real world, and you guys know about the Surewinder. I know about the Surewinder, but nobody knew about the spring turner. It seemed like, and the only reason I knew about it was because I had a brochure and I had a couple cards actually stapled to it that I got from an ID show. How many years ago? I mean, like, what has it been? 6, 8 years ago, something like that. And it's just been floating around. And so what I'm getting at though is like, if they could do their process a little better, get up to the 21st century almost, maybe they have a little more success, But maybe it's just, But it kind of reminds me of like a a machine shop that my dad or my grandpa, one of my grandpas would work at, or own, and they got a little humble little place, and like I said, well, I guess we'll find out. I guess I'll be the guinea pig, Karen Saturday says I'll be up in Battle Creek, Michigan. I'll bring it with me, or I can bring it. Oh man, the bummer part is too is Saturday. It's kind of funny because actually I'll be down south a little bit too. I'm going to be, where's that place? I think I'm going to be in Grand Rapids. So I'm going to be in Grand Rapids. I got to do the kiddos, one of them, we have to split because when you have multiple kids. I got to do Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I think I'm on the hook. I got to do volleyball. I got to take the one to volleyball tournaments or all that stuff. All I know is I need to bring a helmet because the balls are flying everywhere with those young kids, and you don't sit at the end of the courts because that's where the balls come wailing through. I figured that out. This will be my second time going. It's all fun. It's all good. Dun, dun, dun. Whoops, did I jump on here? Cool. So, like I said, I'll stick on here a few more minutes. Anybody got any questions, any of the newbies, ask away. Otherwise, you can always email me. I'm still thinking about Jim. I don't know if Jim's a follower or not, but like I said, he took on a few residence jobs. Distributor. I could see where it's hard not having a good distributor. I was very fortunate. When I started out, like I said, our distributor, I don't know, what is he? He's 45 minutes an hour away, one way. And he was definitely a lifesaver. But I also feel like I used that as leverage. Like we could have done it. We just needed to order. It's tough when you're starting out. You know what I mean? It's hard to order a skid of openers. And then even if you order them half, with 7 foot and half with 8 foot, and that's all you got. You know what I mean? Where then you get somebody that wants two lights on it instead of one light, and it's tough. It's tough. That's why I kind of always go just go with the box store for right now. worry about the profit. You know what I mean? Just make the customer happy. Yeah, it's not a great, as great as product, but if you can make as much money and you got more support, then I'd be all about it. Oh, that's right. Rich says hit the thumbs up. We did pretty low on thumbs tonight. We did for sure. That's all right. Like I said, what is it tonight? Wednesday night. Wednesday nights are kind of goofies. Tuesday and Thursday seem to be, and I think Saturday seem to be better. Like I said, I was going to try to do more on like Sundays, but Sunday's tough too. And then like I said, my schedule, I'm just like you guys. You know what I mean? My schedule's, it's all over the place. And then now, like for myself, I work later in the evenings because we got more daylight, which I love. It seems like it takes hindrance on my sleep a little bit, but I love the longer days. I love it. I can't stand the short days in wintertime because I go in, I sit for maybe an hour or something, and I'm like, all right, it's time for bed. And I'm like, it's only 8 o'clock. Crap. If I go to bed right now, I'll be up at like 3, 4 in the morning. Like that's just how, for some reason, it works that way for me. Full moons. Travis says, what's up? I made it. Awesome, Travis. You got anything to chit chat about before I jump off? Like I said, you got anything? I don't know if I know too much on Travis. I love how my phone, it says maybe Tony. Oh, he's giving me the address. You got it, Tony. Appreciate it, Tony. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, Rich, too. Thanks for donating to Tony. What a guy. What a guy. What a guy. This is what's up, made it. Says I knew about the spring Turner. Oh, no. Tanner knew about it. And we have not brought up the ACE winder. I feel like I just seen a glimpse of that. I don't know anything about it though. I just know the brute winder works like the design. Interesting. I'm glad Tanner you brought that ACE one up too. Huh. That's pretty cool. Says, yeah, Rich. This is thanks, Rich. Part of the no. Oh my gosh, part of the No Ass Club. You guys crack me up sometimes. I'm still thinking about Rich when he said something about to Tanner. I think it was to Tanner about go to Menards and get the display model. Was it to Tanner? It might not have been to Tanner. Something for a short, oh, that's what it was. It was for a short bar door or whatever for a tabletop. And I think about that darn thing probably about once a day. It pops in my head. I go, who the hell, like that was a really good idea. Go get a display model from Menards. I almost want to do like a video on it. You know what I mean? Just go in there and be like that person that doesn't understand. Be like, no, I need this one. Be like, we can't sell that to you, sir. And be like, I don't understand. I need this one. I need the short, stubby one. You don't understand. And just have the guy looking at me like, I'm gonna have to call my manager. Call your manager. I need the short, stubby one. Oh, some of the things that just stick in your mind. I've had 5-door service jobs after taking the online certification. Travis, boom, clicked in my head now. Travis, don't forget. You got to send me. You're going to send me the numbers. I was just talking about those numbers earlier. You were saying something about after you finish the course. I'm just curious. So if you can, send me a screenshot or whatever works good for you of that, the numbers on it. I'm just curious. Is it almost like Chum Monkey? Can I have $50? What can you do? What can you do for your country? What can you do? Where's this? I'll give you 60, go away. Thanks, Tanner. Give me the short and stubby one, please. Which direction is it? Oh man, Tony says don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. Oh, which number again? It's I don't think I brought anything to write with, but it's the 231. I think you messaged me once before. It's 231-720-9675. 231-720-9675. 231-720-9675. Because like I need you, Travis. You're like the only one I know that's done the course, and we need to spread the word. We need to spread the word. Good, bad, indiffer, okay, mediocre. Ooh, says I can make Mexican food. I don't know. Might want to keep him around. Travis, did you make 10,000 on those 5 service calls? Be nice, Tanner. Be nice. Tony, that's what my wife says. He says, I have your number. He says, what info were you wanting? So, Travis, I was looking for, I thought you said you were kind of waiting until you were done with the course, but they were going to give you a price sheet of like what to charge, like for spring conversion, I think, probably installing a door, garage doors, anything that you can provide would be awesome, man. I mean, I'd love to try to explain it to the other guys or the new guys coming in, good, bad, or I mean, it's like, I know you can't do it, but like, kind of what was going on with Netflix for a while, like, can I get the passcode? If I get the passcode so I could take a look at it. I mean, I won't share it with my friends. Honestly, I wouldn't share it, but I'm just saying, like, any information give me, even if it's like a screenshot of something or just like a couple pages, the more the merrier. You can't go wrong. Because like I'm still trying to wrap my head around going like, okay, so you took the course, and I'm not saying I don't know the course, so I can't bash it. But I also look at it and I go, but how did that get you more jobs, or how did that get you, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, like, if you go to the IDA show or if you do any kind of certifications and stuff like that, it's in a nutshell, it's not bad. You might get a couple nuggets, right? Not everything's not just a bulletproof. Where's the cops when you need them? There's some dude flying down the road. What's your number? Nice, Rich. My wife doesn't even ask for anything anymore. It just says up. What's it? Just says up the ass. Oh man, I meant Tony. Says he says, I'd love to see that. Heck yeah! Like I said, it's not worth 1,500. Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate you letting I mean, like I said, anything you send me, like I said, because I appreciate you're the only one I know, and I know very little, that has taken it, and so I really like to know, because I've watched some of the guys' videos a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this, and I think is it Angel? I think Angel's on here, and he was just talking about it. So Angel, if you're still here, Travis is letting you know he doesn't think. I think that's what you were talking about. Might be something to think about. And like I said, when I think of $1,500, I just go, man. I mean, I'd rather you buy a spring, not spring, but the cable, tool from like Service Spring. That's like $300-400. I just think of $1,500, man. You could, buy yourself a set of tools for some of these new guys starting out. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. You know what I mean? For guys that are just starting out, that are, need to buy the power tools, or, spring crimpers and stuff like that. It's a lot. Send it now, he says. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Just so you guys know too, sometimes, obviously, I don't ever mean to do it rudely. Obviously, sometimes I catch them, sometimes I don't. But like I know, like the other night, I was gonna go talk. Oh, cool. Thanks, Travis. I'll share it hopefully in the next one because I don't know how it works if I look at it. Um, it's just got me so curious. Let me take a look here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I had to take a little sneak peek. I could make a better course, so I appreciate that. Um, I was thinking about you too, Travis. Cause I was thinking, hey man, I was like, how'd you make out? Like, did you get any doors? Because I was, you know, like I said, I'm gonna be cruising down towards the end of the month. I'm gonna probably go down and see Josh. Uh, we're gonna do some Max, the Lift Master, the Max, whatever. I don't know. We still ain't even got them here. We're gonna play around with some of those, watch them install them, see if we can get one to smoke. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I was thinking about you with some of those doors and stuff. But man, I tell you what, I just had to take a glimpse at it. I just had to take a sneak peek, and all I seen is it said something about non-insulated, like non-insulated door for $2,500. I'm assuming that's what you charge. That's what you charge for your install. Like that's what you make. And it was like $3,200, I think, for like insulated. Travis, my man, thank you so much for sending me that. If you come across anything like that, anything is in for, like I said too, if you're doing some jobs, send me some pictures. Like I said, plus if you need help on something, you can always let me know. Like I said, text normally is the best. Just send me a picture and a couple, your question or whatever. Obviously, if it warrants a phone call and I can do it, I'll give you a phone call. It's so hard sometimes. You just never know. Sometimes I'm not in good service areas. Sometimes I'm on equipment. Sometimes I'm in a noisy vehicle. Sometimes I got a kid hanging on me that's like screaming in your ear, and you're just like, be quiet. Oh, so can you send it a bad check and take the course? Can I send him a bad check and take the course? It's funny. Maybe that guy does not really make. Dude, that's a good one, Tanner. I like this. He says maybe that guy doesn't not really make the money off the door jobs. Maybe it's all the money from the people paying for the course. Bingo. He's probably right. Because the numbers just, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I have to look at the paperwork. But when I see something that says non-insulated, insulated, I'm like, okay, it's $2,500. Like, and I don't know if I had the size on there. It probably did. I just didn't look at it that close. I don't want to be rude and sit there. I was starting to drool a little bit, and I was like, I'm charging too little, guys. Like, we're making whatever, $200, $400, $600 on a non-insulated install for like 9x7, 16x7, whatever. I mean, I need to be charging $2,500, guys. I'm really under market. Where are you at? Dave's not home. Nope, got the shop behind me today. Let's see if we can spin her over. I come here, I get a little light. Plus, I can steal the Wi-Fi. It says all of my jobs came from next door. Wow, nice. So, Travis, did you? If you did it from next door, which I think is great, did you basically do the free service where it's like your personal, or did you pay for like a commercial account and then have an ad that ran for so long? Because to be honest, I tried to do the ad, and it might have changed because this was maybe about a year ago, and it was the most primitive, horrible thing I ever had to fill out. I hated it, and we didn't get, like, there was nothing. It was nothing. It was like I got more views on the personal one than I did the commercial one that we paid for that's now expired. I don't know. That was just my opinion. So that's awesome though. So that's cool to see, like, maybe next door for some guys, next door, if you're getting slow and stuff, is starting to pick up. People are starting to become more aware of it. You know, they want to. That's good. That's good because I kind of lost faith in them for a little bit, honestly. Tony says get signed up with Google, which, you know, Google is good, but Google can be tough. I think it's not impossible. You got to spend a lot of time with it. Got it, Travis. I know nothing. And yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, Google is a little bit. I think what concerns me with Google right now with some of these guys, because I don't know if there's any new guys on here that have signed up with Google like recently, within like the last year or so. Because what concerns me if you don't have a location, that's what concerns me. Because I think, like I said, when I was doing, whatever, about 2 years ago, 2 years, when I was doing another business, I mean, it was like, they changed a lot. It used to be like, they just send you like a letter in the mail to verify, and then you have to put the code in. And that was like it. Now it's like you have to have a vehicle, and you unlock in the door, and you got to have an address. And it was just, not to say you can't get some traction on there, because obviously if you get organic stuff, which is reviews, that's always great. It's such a different world now. It really is. I mean, it used to be like phone book. There used to be like phone book, fax. I'm missing one other one, like newspaper. Nowadays, it's just, oh my gosh, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's Twitter, it's X, oh my gosh, there's just so many. I wanted to ask garage door training school guy a bunch of questions. My 30 by 18s. Yeah, I should do some. I'm working on it. I'll see what I can do for you on that, Travis. I've seen your text. And like I said, Travis, don't be afraid. Like I said, shoot me an email, or you got my number, obviously. You can text. Text is probably easier. Say, hey, I got a question on this, and I'll try to help you coast through it. You know what I mean? You got any questions on garage door stuff? I don't mind helping you out at all. How would on those doors? I said, I don't think he's gonna done anything over 16 by 8. I agree, Tanner. He's you're I don't know if there's anybody. The only person I could think of is maybe Rich, but Rich, I don't think you're not doing bigger doors than Tanner, are you? I mean, I think Tanner's about the biggest one I know for big egg doors, man. I don't do that big. Did you send a picture of the price chart? Don't know nothing. 9x7 Travis says he said he's a marketing guy for the course, and he doesn't own the course. Interesting. Free. It says yeah, that's right. I think you're talking about probably next door. Free. It says, yeah, the Google wanted me to do a video to verify. Yeah, it says, what's up with that? I don't know about, it just seemed like when you're first starting out, I don't know if they're like doing anything if they get like a hiccup in the system. But I hear through just a lot of forums and stuff like that, people, like snitching or doing something, and it throws a flag, and then it's like a real bear. It sounds like, to try to get your profile back up to whatever. Just a lot of mudslinging. That's almost like not 100% legit. But like, yeah, they made like you had to like put a key in a vehicle and unlock it, and like with this, like with a sign on the vehicle or a sticker or whatever, that says the business. It had to be like within a minute, or I mean, just a lot of stuff. Wanted like a street sign, Crossroads. Wanted a street sign of the business. Just a lot of like weird stuff. I mean, it was like, and then it's like, is AI looking at this? or is this like a humans looking at this and verifying if this is good or bad? It was just way more complicated than what I remember. No, just Rezzies. Okay. Okay. I must be thinking of, I'm probably thinking of Dan with Adventures. I think he was the one that had like the big welder. Um, he was doing some bigger stuff. I haven't seen him in a while. Hope he's doing good. Tanner says, sounds like a scam. He says, Tony, he says, don't give them your social security number. Yeah, you got to be really, man. I mean, have you guys even heard Rich's hanger doors? You know, those door hangers. Yeah, yeah, that's always good. We've had, I think it was in Michigan. I'm sure it was I think it was on the news too. It was a national one. You know, something about with a Uber driver and the old man was getting harassed and he ended up shooting the lady. Ooh, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. It says, he, you know, I mean, just crazy. Rich says airplane doors. Is that for Dan? You doing airplane doors for Rezzies? Dang, man, you got some expensive Rezzies. Have you seen? I feel like I just seen one video of it. I checked him out on YouTube. Seems like a good guy. Yeah, I haven't. Like I said, if you come across him, you know, let him know. Tell him Dave from Affordable Door and Gate saying hi. You know what I mean? Maybe we could join up and do something. I don't know if he's a good cat. I watched one video of his, and then I think I ended up falling asleep. So, but I didn't watch it. I didn't watch anymore. You know how kind of like your algorithm starts learning certain things, and then like I said, lately I've been trying to do just kind of more music instead of listening because it's pretty. There's a lot of negativity out there lately. In the old world, you know what I mean? So it seems like it's probably going to get ramped up, is my guess, once we get closer to November. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the cooler weather and the politics because it's going to be so much mudslinging. What was it? I think the saying I was seeing the other night, it said the gentlemanship has gone. That's the problem, you know. And I thought I would agree. You know, when I used to be a kid and stuff, and my parents, you know, there was like little things in this and that, but it was all clean. You know what I mean? And now it's just so much mudslinging. And the sad part is, I think obviously what my opinion is on it is I'm hearing, you know, in I don't know if I can say that word right. Congress. In Congress, you know, they're doing they're holding up the Ukraine flags. And all I tell myself is I go, they all got to be in on it, and they all got to be making money, and then so they're all in there just waving their flags, and they're like, this is great because our people that are lobbyists or whatever get funded. That money comes back around somehow to them, to their business, their stock, whatever they do. And they're just like, and they're just, you know, and I thought, how can you do this? I mean, I just cannot believe stuff is, I guess it's one of those things like I can, but I don't want to believe how corrupt things are. Travis says, I'm going to name my business SOS Garage. You're gonna have Mr. SOS over there in Cali. He's gonna be coming after you. I haven't talked to Mr. SOS. I hope he's doing well. Dude does not do a lot of videos, but they are good with the post. He posts them, Dave. He says SOS should collab. What you talking about, like with Mr. SOS? We've talked about it for a while there. We talked about doing like a, whatever you call it, like a podcast, whatever, like a Zoom call almost, I was kind of hoping if I got out to the IDA out in Cali, I was gonna, or I think it was in Vegas, I can't remember. I was gonna see about, doing something, but I just didn't. The time was just not. So spring popping. And the thing is, what bummed me out was the IDAs. I kept going online, and I kept looking for kind of like the layout and like basically some kind of form of excitement. But all I kept finding was like courses, and this day is going to be training, and I know that stuff kind of happens off to the side. And I thought, I want to see the venue, like what's going to be there, who's going to be there, and it just wasn't like popping in front of me. And I was thinking, because like I wanted to see like Sherwinders, Spring Turner, like, because I was thinking like I wanted to see those, and it just seemed like they weren't broadcasting it very good. I just kind of lost, like I was like, whatever, I'll just wait till they're closer and go to their ones that are closer by instead of hiking it out there. Yes, he's cool. Yes, Tanner, he says I have to check them out. Never seen SOS. Oh yeah, Mr. SOS. He does some videos. He does a great job. He does a really good job editing and stuff. He does a really good job. He was on a few months ago. YouTube personally gives me uncle vibes. That's what I call myself. That's why I learned it from my wife's family. Everybody would always call you uncle. Even when I wasn't married, I think it was Uncle Dave. So I always just say, that's why I'm always like, just consider me Uncle Dave. Garage door training school booth. Ooh. Look at Tanner's got all the money on there. Yeah, it's I kind of look at it like this for me. Like I said, this is a huge blessing, right? A huge blessing to be able to have this power off this little screen here that I can go across the world on. And my big thing is like, there's not enough people that take chances. And the school systems and all that don't teach us that. And if I can encourage people, and if I can motivate, and I can teach, or I can help even to get somebody on any form, even if it's not even so much even garage door related, to get out there and just, start working, man. Start just moving. Just start moving. Start getting the tools. Start getting, get one customer. And, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. That's the biggest thing, like failure. You know what I mean? And I know it's super hard. It is, but for me, it's like, it's weird because I have this backup that built over many, many years. And so now it's like, I'm trying to pretend, like I'm a newbie, right? And that's why I like taking the little pickup truck and just some very slim tools. And I like going to these jobs. I know I'm going to run into where it's like, I'm like, oh crap. Like I don't have rollers, or I didn't bring the cable or something. And just trying to help better understand what you're going to come across. That's why I was kind of like thinking, when I was thinking about Jim and that comment, he said, that he did a few, but my thing is the door distributor. And he says, I'm not sure how much stock I should keep. And I kept thinking, well, springs, torsion tube, those are the certain things that you cannot find, right? You can normally find hinges around town or at a box store. You can find rollers at a box store. You can find garage door openers at a box store for resis. You can find remotes. You can find light bulbs, there's a lot of stuff, maybe, how it's the garage door sections. You can't say that because there's so many different makes and models. You just don't know until you get there and measure it up and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I have to check them out. He was on a few YouTube really good. Uncle Bob's garage door training school. Was Travis say, hey, is Uncle Dave from this point forward? No, you don't have to. You don't have to call me Uncle Dave. Like I said, I always just put it on there as like a joke. You can call me whatever you want. Like I said, I've been called worse. So, yeah. But no, you can. Like I said, this is Rich says keep a hardware kit on the truck. Yeah, that's true. Keep a hardware kit. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, right? We know that, right? You can keep a lot of stuff on the truck. Um, but I just think there's so many people. Like I know when I was first starting out, you know, I thought I gotta get a uniform. And I'm not saying these are bad, right? But I was like, oh, I gotta get a uniform. That way I look. And then, oh, I gotta get a service vehicle. And I guess what I'm trying to get at is what threw me though is that so many times, especially I learned this when I was working for Lowe's. I couldn't believe we pull up there, right? We have our sticker on the side of the truck. It would say, affordable door and gate and have our phone number, everything. And I could never believe that I didn't have one person out of the years that we were working for them go, I'm a little confused. Now, why in the hell does your truck say affordable door and gate? I bought this through Lowe's. Oh, sir, well, here's kind of how this works. I'm actually a subcontractor, so I run this, or even just them go, what would you guys, or even just ask and say, hey, what kind of price would you give me on this? It's like it didn't even fathom to them. Like, they were like, it seemed like in their mind, they were like, I already paid for this. I just want this, I just want you to fix this crap or change it out and make it work and go away. You know what I mean? That's what it seemed like. But it's like they'd find this sticker. I remember when there was any kind of warranty or like a callback on it, right? The garage door. Hey, yeah. You installed this thing like 6 weeks ago. Yeah. I changed the light bulbs in it and now it's not working. Oh, what'd you put in it? Travis Scott, what is the difference between long and short residential garage door springs? Menards is the only place here that has the most parts and supplies. It's kind of amazing that Menards has got all this stuff. Let's see what Tanner jumped in there and said something maybe. This best stuck your neck out. Try something. And I know it's dumb, but you will always think if you don't try or what. This just grind and work hard. We live off wife's income. Lived off my wife's income for, let's see if it jumped on here, for a year, maybe a little longer till I got busy with going out on my own. About to make her a stay-at-home mom. Oh, that's cool. I know how that feels for Tanner. It's weird how it's really scary, honestly, when you hit those thresholds. I remember when we had to do it with my wife. She does so much for me, and we started doing the math, right? And I think that's a big thing for everybody, right? Including myself. The big thing is sit down and crunch the numbers. Sit down and crunch the numbers, and make sure you're putting everything into your time, your fuel. Because the beautiful thing, unless you do them wrong, the numbers don't lie. And so we did that. We sat down and we were talking about where she was traveling for work and her gas, the complexity of it in the wintertime and stuff like that, the hazards, and what it costs for daycare. And then we finally went, this doesn't add up. Like, this is not logical. So that's when we had to pull the trigger. And it's very, very scary. You know what I mean? Because we're so programmed, to, work and always have that income versus saying now you're on your own, you're independent, you're your own contractor or whatever. It's really hard. It's really, 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 really hard. Tony's garage door train 95. Call us today. Come learn how to work. You might have some up and down days. Only 1995. Love it, Tony. Love it. I love it. See, I'm gonna do a course, but my course, my gimmick's gonna be is I'm gonna work you for like a month free. Come on, the training's free, you know, and I'm gonna make you like dig holes and stuff. I thought, what are we gonna learn about? Shut up, keep digging. Maybe tomorrow. Travis says, where are you working out of? What state? Says Tanner says, a year a little longer till owner. Travis, what does Lowe's pay to subcontractor for them? Lowe's, honestly, Lowe's doesn't pay enough. They weren't even. They're really weird to get. I mean, and the worst part is, like, one thing you got to consider is you got to have really high insurance. So it's almost like, you know, and Lowe's got me to the point where I had to get a secretary even because there was just so much paperwork. I couldn't even, that was the first time I got a secretary because I just had so much paperwork with Lowe's. And Home Depot's basically the same way too. And I don't think their rates have gone up enough to really keep up with inflation. I mean, we were making, whatever, it was like $82 per opener we install. But the problem is, you know, when you install the box store openers, you know, you get the crappy angle. And of course, you need another foot when you're at the job for the, you know, so you have to use your own angle. And if you don't like stop what you're doing and tell the customer, it just wasn't, you know, worth it. Now it looks like Lowe's has gone back to Wayne Dalton, which is good. They were a lot better with Wayne Dalton than with Amar. But it just got, you know, and the thing is, sometimes they won't even give you the store that's closest to you. And then there's like a list. So you might be like the second or third person in line, and the rest go to the first, and unless they can't do it or have a boo-boo. Very complicated, very complicated. Insurance was high. I can't say I'd recommend it. I always told myself if I was kind of one-man band, maybe just try to keep something, but it was just, I mean, they give you like $35 to go out and do a detail, right? To basically go out and measure a door. That's not even a guarantee. It was $35. I mean, it's hard to get off the couch for $35, you know, with gas and your time. And so, Tony, where do I send it? Lowe's not enough. I agree. Tanner says, Rich, they don't carry that much anymore on springs. Huh. And I get them cheaper from my supplier. Yeah. Math ain't mathin'. I like it. I love it. I like that. I like that saying. I don't know where I like that. I'm like our math ain't mathin'. What the hell's going on with this? It says, if you close to me, Travis, I'll send you spring. Kansas. Good old kids. Wax on, wax off. I love it. No, Travis, you ain't nowhere close to me. What's up, Tanner's got here? I'm trying. I'm dinging holes. Grandpa, I'm tired. Well, that's too damn bad. Too damn bad. Yeah, that sounds about right. Keep digging, boy. Oh, love it. High up in Kansas, Travis. That's not far from Iowa. My sister is from Tupke. It says I could make her, what is it, our spring mule. Oh man. Nice. There you go. There you go. Just remember, guys, too, I'm gonna about 11:15 here. I'm probably gonna wrap it up. Like I said, time to go lay the head down for a little bit, watch a few YouTube videos on how to fix a car here and there or whatever it is. I think it's a headliner. I gotta figure out how to clean a headliner. I'm gonna clean a headliner in a truck without wrecking it, hopefully. We'll see. This truck, when I bought it, was a very dirty truck. But anywho, I'm glad you guys are here. thanks for hitting the like button. If you guys got any questions or anything, you can either shoot me a text. Travis, I really appreciate it. Tony, I'm going to send you this. Make sure you send me a Surewinder, okay? I think that's an even trade. I know we battled it out tonight, but I still love you. So, all right, guys. I hope you have a good one. Rich, Tanner, all you guys, Kevin. If I'm missing any, Travis, Tony. Got Tony. I've just talked about Tony. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for helping. And you could watch Chevy Duramax videos. You jerk. Love it. I'll send you a picture. All right, guys. I'm over and out. We'll see you. Take care. Remember, keep all your fingers.